If you're in the mood to see some artwork today, you are in the right place because I am creating 4 mini paintings in today's video. These are going to be oil paintings and it's going to be like a mini collection of sorts. I will get into that a little bit later in the video, but before I get into this, if you like any of the artwork you see, the original paintings and limited edition prints will be available at Mira. Also, I don't know about you, but sometimes it is so frustrating finding a pencil case that fits all the art supplies that I want to bring with me places, whether it's just to the living room or the kitchen room table, to a coffee shop, or just on vacation. After struggling with this for years, I decided to make my own. And folks, this solves so many art problems. This pencil case is massive. It is also fully lined and says Mira Byler inside, and it fits so much stuff. I'm not even joking when I say I can fit 2 travel size watercolor palettes in here and tons of markers and other things on top. It's awesome, I've been loving it, and it's a really fun quilted design with my artwork. So if you want one, head on over to mirabyler.com and get one while supplies last. Let's continue with the video now because there's so much artwork. This is going to be fun. So for this mini collection, we're going to be using these Blick Premier 5x7 canvases. They're really similar to the gallery stretch canvases that I use from Blick's, except the cradle on these ones is not as thick. That just means it doesn't stand off the wall as much. Let's start by toning our canvases with burnt umber. So I usually tone my canvases with some color. It's usually either burnt sienna or magenta. And I talk about this a lot in my videos, but what this does is it lays the foundation for your painting. And if you have any gaps or you paint really thin layers, what's gonna happen is that layer of paint that you used to tone your canvas is going to shine through. So it can either bring warmth to your painting, it can bring a colder temperature to your painting, or it can just like fill in all the gaps that your paintbrush missed and unify your color palette. I really like doing this because I feel like it does really unify your color palette and it makes your whole painting feel cohesive. With some of the styles that I do, I leave little halos around things. Like the sky will have a little halo around the tree, and the toned part of the canvas will shine through in the background. That's a stylistic choice. I think I'm gonna omit that for this video, and you'll see some other techniques because I'm hopping into oil paints. So let's mix up our colors and start the first painting. Over the summer, my husband and I went to Norway, Denmark, and Sweden. We went hiking, we went boating, we visited parks, we visited tons of restaurants, and it was the most amazing time. Scandinavia is such a beautiful place. I wish we had gotten to stay there a little longer and go to a couple more places, but from what we saw, we were just amazed. And I took hundreds, if not over 1,000 photos. And what I've been doing the last couple months is painting a lot of the things that I saw. So you can see behind me, I have a floral painting. That's actually from Scandinavia. I'm gonna show you a little bit of footage from that trip because what you're gonna see with these landscapes that I'm about to make is they're pretty moody. Later, there's going to be one painting that is not from Scandinavia, but I felt like it fit in with this series, and it is actually like a version 2 of a painting that already exists. So if you are a little bit of a detective and you want to find what painting that is that I'm talking about, dig around on my channel and let me know, because maybe I won't drop the answer. Maybe I'll let you find it. Anyway, here's some footage from Scandinavia. I hope you like it. A rainbow in Oslo. Do you have any words?
I'm full.
We just went to a really good French restaurant and ate a lot of food, so.
Safely out of the rain.
Yep, it rained.
Now it ended.
And now it's done. Now we have a rainbow.
Hey.
Hey.
This hike might take us 8 hours. I'm okay with it because this is a pretty great time.
Okay, back to the painting. I really loved doing this mini collection because I switched over to oil paints, and I feel like my styles between oil and acrylic are pretty different. And I don't know, oils just blend so beautifully. It just feels so good to use them. You do have to be careful. I'm not gonna go over like safety tips and stuff like that in this video, but you can believe me when I say I'm very careful when I use oils. Something that I have gotten into recently is omitting like paint thinner and different additives and all of that with my oil painting process. I try to keep it just the oil, and actually the underpainting is acrylic. So yeah, anyway, that's how this one turned out. This collection allowed me to work on more like moody, muted color schemes for landscapes. That's something I want to get into more in the coming year. I am not a New Year's resolution person, but I saw this thing the other day and it was like 2024 intentions, and that really resonated with me because I am somebody who likes to live with a lot of intention. Like when I think about my art, what can I give to people through it? And I feel like I can give them like travel experiences through a landscape painting, or I can give them encouragement through a video. And that's like one of the biggest things I love to do is encourage you folks and stuff. And so I'm thinking about my 2024 intentions, and I definitely want to do larger paintings. And I've been talking about this, but I want to do some courses so that I can help other folks out there who are looking into diving more into their painting skills. So I have a couple courses in mind, and one of them is almost fully outlined. So I'm gonna start filming it very soon. All right, let's start the next painting. So I have a little bit of the background forming, and I'm already feeling suspicious because this is the one I hinted about earlier that is not from Scandinavia. But your hint, I have done this exact same painting on a square canvas, but with brighter colors. But I actually just sold that painting, and right before I sold it, the timing was so weird, but I was looking at it and was like, that would be a really good painting to practice toning down my colors and giving it a more muted feel. And how would that change the painting? So I think I actually am just gonna tell you what one it was. It was my Silverthorn painting from a Colorado trip I took a couple years ago. And at the end of this, I'm actually gonna put them side by side so you can see the difference in the color palettes. And that's something I want to encourage you folks to do with your paintings. If you're trying to improve your color palettes and your understanding of color theory, I totally encourage you to practice doing the same painting over and over again and implementing different colors each time. Even if it's like a small tweak, it can make a really, really big difference. I feel like the way I went about this painting with more muted colors is just wildly different than how I did the other one. Let's put the two paintings against each other so you can see it now. So as you can see, this is the original Silverthorn painting. It is on a square canvas and the colors are a lot brighter. I would say the colors in this painting are truer to the actual photo I took. It was a very sunny day. Things were very colorful. But you know, it's winter here in Ohio now, and as I said, I went to Norway. The skies are really moody. It was rainy when we went. So I implemented like the weather that I'm currently seeing versus some old reference photos from the trip I just took, and I changed the color scheme. I think it makes both paintings look very different, but let me know what you think in the comments below, and let me know if you've ever done this before. I think it is a really great way to learn color theory. It's a very applicable, hands-on way to do it too. You can even like keep your original painting next to this one and very intentionally tweak the colors to get something more moody. I didn't have it next to this one, but I did look behind me a lot at the wall for the other one. Okay, so here's the third painting. Again, another landscape. All of these are going to be landscapes. And the reason why, as I previously said, is I wanted to broaden my understanding of muted color schemes within landscapes. Another thing is I just really enjoy painting them. And you'll find with a lot of artists, once they find a thing that they enjoy painting, they will do multiple paintings on that subject. And that's just like how it is. You're extending an expression of your love towards something in painting form. How can you stop at one sometimes? Sometimes it's just so hard to do that. And with this, yeah, I did these little paintings that were small in size so that I had more time to do more paintings. And I really enjoyed doing that. Here's how this one turned out. I love the impressionistic flowers in the foreground. That was like one of my favorite ending parts for this painting. I waited until the end to do that. But I love the moody clouds in the sky. It just really changes the vibe of this painting. Like if this would have been a clear blue sky, it would feel so different. But this just feels kind of like antique-y and cozy and warm. So let's circle back to the collection talk when artists do multiple paintings in a collection. So what I've been reading up on is it's pretty common for artists to bring a collection of themed paintings to a gallery to show them. Like, these are my still lifes of moody florals or something like that, or my animals and clothing. I do have some collections, but I want to get more into collections because one day I would love to put my artwork in a gallery. That is a goal of mine, and I think I'm getting braver, so I want to try it. Another thing is, yeah, I love painting certain things. Florals, water, animals and clothing, my creatures of peace, and I love revisiting those. Like if I painted something different every time I painted, I probably wouldn't have the same joy in painting because I like to paint the things that interest me and that also feel like I can pour love into others through my art. And those are the things that really facilitate that. So anyway, all of that to say, I think collections are a really beautiful and beneficial thing, both to artists and the people who view the art. So yeah, that was like a big tangent, but it's been on my mind because I've been researching a lot of galleries and stuff like that lately too. Anyway, let's move on to the last painting. So I don't actually have a lot of footage for the last painting, but it is another simple little landscape. I remember standing like on some mountains in Norway. We were hiking, started raining up there. It was very foggy and misty. It just looked eerie. It was beautiful. It was so beautiful. So I grabbed some pictures and yeah, this is what came of it. I really love it. It reminds me of a very special day in my life and it's an honor to share that with you. Also, I painted the edges of all these canvases this color. If you're an artist or you're somebody who wants to get into art, if there's any takeaway that I want you to get from this video, is it is okay to paint the same thing over and over and over again. That's how you learn. I mean, if you look at Claude Monet, he painted the same scene at different times of day because, again, it's different types of light. Like, it will make a building look warm at one part of the day, and then when the sun goes down a little bit, the colors get colder, it will make the building look a little colder. You get to use a little bit more blues in your palette. So it really does benefit you to paint the same things over and over, is what I'm saying. And it's not boring. I think the internet is such a fast-paced place where trends are constantly changing that it's easy to forget that we don't have to change what we're doing all the time. You can stay in your area and you can paint the same painting over and over at different seasons of the year or different times of the day. There's so much to be learned with that. My encouragement is to slow down, look at what's around you, take it in and enjoy it. And if you want to paint a fragment of that over and over again to help you develop as an artist, then go for it. Let me know which little painting was your favorite in this video. I feel like I can't decide. I really like the sky in this one, but this first one here, also a favorite. And then the Silverthorn one, that was just such a special place to go. I don't know, something about hiking in the mountains. That's probably the theme of this, because all of these were taken in the mountains. If you want limited edition prints, they are available at mirabyler.com. The originals of these will also be available at mirabyler.com too. Thanks so much for hanging out. I will put a little bit more Scandinavia footage at the end of this video, so you can watch it if you want to, or you can tune out here. Either way, have a lovely day. Bye.
I want you to make a video for all of this.
That will be so cool. Babe. How's it going? It's growing by the minute.